Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to dive into the Explorer format with a Dimir Control deck. This deck comes fully equipped with plenty of ways to keep the opponent in check while we set up for the late game. For instance, we have the always reliable Fatal Push. This is an efficient way to keep those turn 1 and 2 plays off the board. The Meat Hook Massacre is an excellent board wipe that leaves us with a drain and gain effect. Nearest is great for slowing the opponent's draws as well as comboing with the commit/memory, not allowing them to redraw their hand. For the late game, we have the Shark Typhoon. If we can get even one copy on the field, all our control magic will also give us a creature in the air. And the all reliable Gear Hulk can be flashed in to give us a big body to stop the opponent's attacks, but even replay a kill spell or two to help keep the board in check. For the mana base, we have some man lands in case we have an opening. A Castle Loch Thwain in case we run out of cards in hand. The Sanitarium pairs nicely with the Narset, making the opponent discard with no redraw. Then just your basic dual lands and the like so that we can play all our spells. And some Field of Ruin for those annoying non-basics like Nixthos or Den. Now that we've seen the deck, let's jump into some games and see what it can do. Well, that's embarrassing. Let's just switch that up a bit. That's right. Numero dos. I like it. Or maybe BO1. This guy needs to make up his mind. Let me get this out of the way now. If you think we'll do well with the deck, give it a thumbs up. If not, a thumbs down works too. Interaction is interaction after all. Good hand. Lots of interaction for the early game and something big for the late game. We'll start with the Fetid Pools because it comes in tapped. Opponent seems to be playing some sort of aristocrat's strategy. I don't think we can allow the opponent to keep the priest. We'll use the push to get rid of it because of the edict has versatility later on. Judar is a good card for the opponent. Would be a shame if something were to happen to it. It was at this moment I realized, I f***ed up. I should have tried to remove the Judar at some point in combat to stop the zombie from coming out. There is no need for me to shock myself cause I already have the mana for some counters in case they try to play something with a powerful ETB effect. I let that enter. No big ETB and I have plenty of other ways to deal with it. A go for the throat for instance. And by attacking with the decay creature the opponent has no sacrifice fodder for later. Now let's see what we got. A Narset. I don't think it's worth playing because the opponent shouldn't have much card draw in black. Knight of the Ebon Legion. Great card, but I think I can wait to see what happens on my turn before I get rid of it. Censor is great at this point because I can potentially stop one of their plays and still get rid of the knight. They make the smart play by swinging first. Now Sorin is not a card I want to deal with. So a negate is on the way, dear. The other upside about the Censor is that I can cycle it off for a better card. You know, some land for my Gear Hulk would be nice. Oh, they get land. That's cool. Yes. Please. Try to pump it up. I'm all for it. Now they've spent the mana, hopefully putting them back a turn. Deck. Please. The land. More at the top. Let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's drop the Shelly and see what's on top. Although the meat hook is a tempting card, we don't really need the board wipe. We need the land to go on the offensive. Oh, for the love of Urza. Where is the land? I don't think the lifelink is something I want you to have. I see a fatal push in your future. Finally. Some land. Just 1 step closer to the edge. And they're about to break. Rip Chester. Nothing to play in mono black. Might have a handful of kill spells. Yes. Now we can go on the offensive, we have an opening. I was thinking about blowing up their castle, but it's doing more damage to them than I am. So we'll let them go with it. I think I'll hold back with the Gear Hulk and see. More land. Perfect. That let us get more spells off on their turn. Making sure there is nothing good I can grab with the Gear Hulk. Now we're cooking with gas. The land, go feeling of control makes for some on-edge games for the opponent cause they don't know what's going on. Was considering playing the Narset and making them discard a card each turn with the Sanitarium, but I would rather keep up the mana. I'm gonna see if I can get them to lose 6 life. Let's see what they do. Damn. They didn't take the bait. Oh well. At least they don't have the card draw. I was thinking of playing out the Typhoon and starting to get the sharks going. But I was worried about Feed the Swarm being in their decay. Hindsight, what would it have mattered? Getting them to 5 would be nice. Alright. It's time for Hulk to smash and take out that Etherborn. I think Fatal Push will do the trick. I'll leave the rest in case there's another Shelly on the way. Wow. That's just mean. But at least we got them to drop 2 spells this turn. No creature for you. Since they had answers for the Gear Hulk, let's see how they handle the sharks. Go ahead and try. Make sharks will make quick work of you. A sleeper? Okay. Little late in the game, but that's fine. Honestly, I'm just being a little cocky. I was going to use the Edict, but I want to get them to use the mana on their turn. Okay. They are starting to pump. Go ahead and kill it now. Or now. So you just like them drawing cards, huh? I don't really know why I let it get that far. They just drew 2 cards. I struggle to take my own advice sometimes. My mother always said I was special. Starting to think it was an insult. On the upside, we have a Sharky boy in the air. I can't believe I forgot about Invoke Despair being legal in Explorer. Unfortunately for them, I have blue mana and can sabotage their plan. Get it? Because it's called Sinister Sabotage. Go ahead and hit the like button for more wonderful Magic the Gathering puns. Why must you hurt my children so? You know what? That's fine. Waste your kill spells on my tokens. There will be more. Now that we can get a creature for playing it, time for Narset to hit the field. Let's do some digging and see what we can find. Wow. Rude. And would you look at that? Another Shark Typhoon. I'm sure the opponent will concede once that hits the field. Okay. They didn't concede. But at least I still have my other Shark Typhoon. A sleeper into a go for the throat. Nice. I think now that they are out of cards in hand we can really start to go all out. But of course I am only going to play things on their turn since all the cards in my hand have instant speed. On second thought, I'm not having a repeat of last time. Hulk smash. We grab the go for the throat and then we will pray for them and hope they get an outstanding top deck. Looks like it was not an outstanding top deck. That was a great game. On to the next one. This might look risky, but we have 3 lands, a fatal push and 2 typhoons that we can cycle and still get a body. I think this'll work out nicely. Always remember, Bolt the Bird. A term that stems from the famous card Lightning Bolt and the equally famous Birds of Paradise. Ramping to 3 mana on turn 2 is a very dangerous venture. For us at least. Great for the opponent. He'll play the pathway on blue since all the spells in my hand need blue. Well, here's to hoping they don't have a strong turn 4 play. I don't know if that's a powerful turn 4 play or not. I mean it's good but like, you have a 1/1 elf. 2 black and 2 blue. Everything I balanced. Let's pass the turn and see what monster the opponent will play. Oh. The terrifying bushwhack. Whatever will I do? Wait a minute, why are all their lands different art? No. It's fine. That definitely won't bother me for the rest of the game. Servile is nice. Let's pass through. The different lands have to be a mind game. Oh no. I am not letting a Vorinclex hit the field and get you 2 more lands. However, I will leave a land on top to rub in their face. Plus we need it anyway. Was thinking about playing it untapped but a 2/2 shark will take care of their elf anyway. Oh boy. That do be a big boy. We need to find some targeted removal quick. And just like that. Removal. Sometimes RNGesus is just good like that. On top of that the 6th land for our Gear Hulk. We are not letting Galta enter with haste and trample. Now that's still a big boy but not nearly as terrifying. Primal Hunger. More like Primal Blunder. Am I right? Considering playing the Gear Hulk now but let's leave it as a surprise. No attacks. Leave a blocker just in case. Okay. They're jumping right into combat. That's good for us. And they swung with the elf. Even better. Hulk smash. Now we will grab the go for the throat to take care of Galta and throw a block in front of the elf. He'll use the shark in case of some combat trick. Like that for instance. Didn't want to chance them having two. Gwenna. A great ramp for a deck with big bodies. We're in a safe spot to deploy the Shark Typhoon comfortably. If they have a Naturalize in their hand, I just might cry. Seems like the threat of Jaws was enough to keep them off the beach, but that was a great game. On to the next one. Got what we need to keep control in the beginning. We keep. We see they have blue as well. Could be anything. We see they have white instead. Could be control. Well, if they're control as well, then there is no sense in losing anything yet. Oh. Spirits. I completely forgot that spirits was a thing. Back to the graveyard where you belong. Guess they aren't used to playing things on their own turn. You know the drill. Land. Go. Curious Obsession is strong. I could use a kill spell, but I think that chump blocking and cycling is the better idea. Time to feed my shark. Edict. Nice. Land. Go. Looks like they are scared to lose more creatures, so they are just passing the turn. Fine by us. Control decks shine in the late game. Let's see if we can bait out a counterspell from them. The Spell Queller is probably the best counter they could have play for us. I think we will let them hold on to Narset for a minute. No sense in wasting a kill spell so early. Like for instance if they want to soup it up with some auras or something. Looks like they are holding up a counter spell, but we have to go for it. And we have been denied. So they have drawn a card and they still need to play a land for turn. And a plains is exactly what we want to see. No spell pierce or something like that, while we attempt to remove the Keller. I will take my Narset back now, thank you. And getting to cast free spells always feel good.
Past, present, and future.
Let's do a little digging.
I have just the trick.
They don't play from the graveyard, so an edict will be nice. Now we will pass with mana up for the edict and negate. What will they cast next? A Supreme Phantom. Would feel more threatening if they had more spirits. I think we will cycle and get a shark to see if we can find something more proactive. Now that's what I'm talking about. Let's remove it with the Fatal Push to be mana efficient. Response. No. They let it go. Looks like we have the time to do some more digging.
Keep an open mind.
Look at that. Another Narset. More card selection. We go in for some damage because why not? Another Supreme Phantom. That's fine. Let's use one of these meat hooks to remove it instead of an edict. Sanitarium is a great combo with the Narset on the opponent's turn. Another reason for using the meat hook is to draw out a counter if they have it. Excellent. We still have the one in hand and they are done a counter spell. I was planning on replacing the Narset on my next turn anyway, so I'll ahead and let it die.
My mind needs a rest.
More land isn't bad, but we need something to do to win this game. We'll play the Narset here for some more card selection. Alright, let's see what we can find. I'm wondering if maybe adding in an Invoke Despair would be worth it. Although a Shark Typhoon is always nice to see. Let's get a little boink of damage in. Maybe having our defenses down will lure them into playing more of their creatures. Then we can wipe them away with the meat hook. Was not expecting the Wandering Emperor, but that is not something we are going to deal with being on the board. They are going to another curious obsession. When it comes to spirits, as long as you can keep them in check, they aren't much of a threat. Negate seemed like a good option there, but we'll save it for the counters or another Emperor. Weird that they wouldn't come at me for the card draw, but I guess they didn't want me find more cards.
So much commotion.
We're going to edict that phantom. Or at least try to. Nice. Flash in the Sailor to leave the phantom intact. But by saving the phantom, they've made a clear path for us to safely play the Shark Typhoon. We'll still hold back the blocker so they can't get more card draw. I could have just let the Narset go, but I think giving the opponent another target besides me to hit isn't the worst idea in the world. We are now in the late stage of the game. We are in full control. Let's turn the dial up to 11. Cause there are sharks in this airspace. They didn't even let the music get going. GG. On to the next one. The last game wasn't anything too exciting, but I wanted to show off the commit memory and Narset combo. If you want to ensure that there is plenty of salt out there for your sharks to survive, this should work every time. See what I mean? Look at that salty scoop. Thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, why not consider subscribing and ringing the bell? That way you'll always know when I upload a new video. Why not check out some of the other videos and leave some deck ideas you'd like to see in future videos in the comments. Until next time, don't stop growing.